Hi, I got a new essential oil mini class for you today on frankincense. Oh my gosh, special frankincense. It's probably like one of the most famous essential oils. And here we are, frankincense. Look, it's a tree, right? Does everybody know that? It's a tree. It comes from a tree. Here is probably a more familiar picture of it. I always can't see this part to change the screens. It's a resin, right? Do you guys know that? Resin, that's where the essential oil is made from the resins. It's an aromatic resin used in incense and perfumes. Each type of resin is available in various grades, so that's what makes the difference in prices, quality, that kind of thing. The grades depend on the time of the harvesting, and the resin is hand sorted for quality. So the more opaque is usually considered higher quality, meaning it'll have more constituents for healing, for therapeutic benefits. Lesser quality would be, less things that it can help us with physically, okay? So let's see. Okay, here it is, another picture of the tree. Look at this tree. It's this crazy tree. So Boswellia carteret. It is part of the torchwood family, which is frankincense and myrrh in this family, the Burseraceae family. It also can just be coined the incense tree family. It's native to the Middle East, specifically the Arabian Peninsula, like Oman, Yemen, Somalia, the countries that are on the Arabian Sea. It's a small deciduous tree. So deciduous means it drops its leaves. It's not an evergreen. And it gets to heights of like 6 feet to 25 feet. It's a flowering tree as well, which I'll show you pictures in just a minute. It's considered really unusual for its ability to grow in environments so unforgiving that they sometimes grow out of solid rock. I've seen images of them literally growing out of the side of a cliff. The frankincense is tapped from these scraggy, hardy trees by slashing the bark, which is called striping, and allows the resin to exude or bleed out, and it hardens into those little resin, they call it tears, that we just saw in the last picture. The leaking resin is allowed to harvest, and then it's scraped off the trunk in tear-shaped droplets, and then it may be used in its dried form or steamed to yield essential oils. You can also chew. Some people will chew on that gum, like gum, essentially, that resin like gum. Differences in the soil and climate create even more diversity in the resin, even within the same species, which this is true for all essential oils. So that's why you really need to know your source and be able to trust what you're getting, because you could get a really low quality frankincense and it could still be sold at a really high price the way a really good frankincense would be. Okay, so let's just talk a little bit about the historical uses. I do this in my class. I don't always do it in the little mini classes, but this one has such a rich historical uses. Plus, check out these flowers. That's the flowers of the frankincense tree. Aren't they amazing looking? So it's mentioned in the Old and New Testament, just too many times to possibly even mention here. Together with gold and myrrh, frankincense was made as an offering to the infant Jesus. Frankincense is a symbol of holiness and righteousness. A little side note, the Egyptian princesses, women like Cleopatra, they wore that kohl eyeliner. That was charred and ground frankincense. I don't know if you knew that. Okay, what can it do for us? Frankincense, it's anti-inflammatory, super antibacterial, highly antiviral. So anytime you're dealing with some kind of like issues health-wise, feeling sick, frankincense is a great go-to for that. Plus anti-inflammatory, so any kind of issues where you're dealing with inflammation, which is almost anything when something's going wrong in the body. It's a big-time antidepressant. It's very helpful with anxiety, helpful for insomnia, sleeping. It aids scar tissue and wound healing, so a great one to use on skin stuff. It's amazing for meditation and expansion. The 6th and 7th chakras, right? 6th is the third eye, 7th is the crown of your head. Frankincense has a long history of being used for these spiritual purposes. So, it's known all across the earth from antiquity for all levels of spiritual work and facilitation. Meditation, it's considered to open the God consciousness, ascension, celestial. I always say, when in doubt, frankincense. So that is a little frankincense mini class today. Thanks for taking the time to watch this and learn a little bit about frankincense. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. I'd love to get in touch and, you know, see how I can help and support you in your healing process. And as always, you can always get purest, cleanest essential oils from me, definitely. You can check out my other mini classes on my website, aspenholistichealth.com, or come to my live classes if you happen to be in Aspen or Carbondale, Colorado, every Wednesday night. I'm Sheridan Semple. I'm the owner of Aspen Holistic Health. I'm a medicinal aromatherapist, a holistic health practitioner, and a clinical nutritionist. And my passion is teaching you to heal yourself, because I think that's what it's all about. We got to heal ourselves in this day and age. So thanks for taking the time. See you next time. Bye.